Alright, so here is the front of your machine, newly restored, 1976 Nishijin Montreal Olympics style. We went ahead and did a full restoration on this one, which included the playfield replacement. I went ahead and cut out the original stickers on your old playfield and got them onto the new playfield, so you have those. All of the chrome was all polished out and buffed out. Everything like on the back was taken off, cleaned, and then put back on. And of course all of your nails were nice and tumbled so that they come out looking nice and shiny. I guess we'll go ahead and roll some quick film on the machine functioning. Alright, so if at any point this little stoplight comes on, that basically means that you've won all of the balls in your jackpot hopper and they've come out here in the tray. And what you're going to want to do is empty all of those balls back here into this hopper. It's important that you do that because this white lever right here, when you press that white lever, which will be pressed when the balls go into the hopper, that actually presses on this micro switch here, which controls your ball outlet. So that will fix that problem. And then if at any point you need to get into the ball tray here, it's a pretty simple procedure. There's a little latch here on the back side that you will go ahead and flip up. That will pop your front door open so that you have full access to the front playfield. You shouldn't really need this unless like something gets jammed up or you need to make a little adjustment on some of these nails. I went through and adjusted the nails pretty nicely, so I don't think you should have any issues, but if you do find like two nails that are too close together, you can just take a pair of pliers and just very easily bend it over and out of the way so you're not catching a bunch of balls in the machine. And then this little button here, you're just going to press that, and then that will open up your tray there. And then so this is where all of the balls get filtered down through and then loaded into your shooter assembly here. So everything's all taken care of there. Like I said, I got the original stickers back on your machine there, and everything's looking sharp. So just be careful when you put that back. You might need to pull this this door up a little bit as you put it back on. As you can see, I pulled it up just a little bit as I pressed the button down. Just remember not to force anything. One of my big pieces of advice with these machines, or any pachinko machine, is if you're having to force something to adjust it, it's probably not being put back on correctly or operated correctly. So obviously, if you have any questions, please reach out. Be happy to help. So for testing purposes, I went ahead and just used a 12 volt DC power adapter here. Go ahead and focus in on the numbers there so you could go ahead and read those. These are pretty easy to find. You can just find them at places like Goodwill and whatnot, on random electronics or like hair dryers and whatnot. You're not going to want to exceed 12 volts of input though. You don't want to fry your light bulbs and all that stuff, so anything above 12 volts you want to stay away from. 9 volts is what these lights will function on. As I saw that you had a little 9 volt battery adapter hooked in there, and that will work. The little wall warts are nice though, so that you don't ever have to go and replace those little batteries. But either will work. I will obviously hook that back up for you so that you can attach a 9 volt battery for the lights to work. And those grommets and light bulbs all got replaced, so those will all work for you now. You shouldn't have any trouble with the lights. So just a couple things to keep in mind when playing this Nishijin B style machine. The most important thing is making sure that that seesaw, this little white seesaw, is always in the upward position like it currently is. There's a little, I I don't even know what you call that, little nail that you press up into the seesaw to make it go into the upward position if it's not. But if you don't have that in the upward position, basically your jackpots will come through the machine from the front and this won't be able to drain them. So you're going to want to make sure that that's in the upward position, and you're going to want to make sure that this switch is always latched on this little piece of metal here. If it's not, when you go to put the balls into the machine, they will drain out through here and into the bottom, into probably like a ball tray or something that you have there. So definitely make sure that you've got those taken care of before you start play, and you should be in good shape. Make sure you always have this little track cover on. That's important to make sure that the balls don't pile up on one another, because that can affect how many balls are getting into your jackpot payout system here. But that should be about everything that you need to know about that machine. There shouldn't be any adjustments that you need to make. I played it for about 30 minutes non-stop and there weren't any issues aside from just running out of balls here in the tray. Obviously, if you have any questions at any point, just reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you.